Today, Alison Weir, founder of the nonprofit If Americans Knew, will explore the Israel and Palestine conflict.
I'm really pretty much a mainstream American. My background is Presbyterian, and I grew up in a military family, but I never knew much about Israel-Palestine. Like most Americans, I had never focused on it. I wasn't aware of it. I was sympathetic to Israel. I had seen Exodus with Paul Newman.
The biggest bestseller since Gone with the Wind.
And was aware of the Nazi atrocities. So I grew up, I think, really sympathetic to Israel. But I saw the news coverage about Palestinians throwing stones against tanks sometimes. So I decided to pay attention to that issue for the first time in my life and try to understand it. So I decided to follow the news coverage of it just out of curiosity. When I did that, I quickly noticed as a journalist that the coverage was very one-sided, that we heard from and about Israelis in great detail, but we didn't hear from and about Palestinians nearly as much. And I wanted the whole story from the region itself. Israeli media, Palestinian media, a number of human rights organizations there on the ground were issuing reports frequently. So I started to learn that Palestinians were being killed in large numbers. This was really largely, almost completely unarmed demonstrators back in early 2001. But they were being shot. Children were being shot in many cases. And yet the news media, the NPR, New York Times, San Francisco Chronicle, were sort of obscuring that fact. So that drew me in because I think we're always drawn in when we think there's a cover-up, especially journalists. And after a while, I began to think this was the biggest cover-up I had ever seen.
GV Wire will explore the volatile situation between Israel and Palestine in a series at gvwire.com.